Hi guys. Um yeah. So today I don't know, I just had a lot on my mind and you know, I thought the best way to express kind of all the things that I'm feeling is really just to make a video. It's been a trying week. Um I've been thinking a lot about, because I make, videos and I talk about, the status of the nation, and we're always looking at it in terms of, politics and this and that. And I don't know, this week I really thought about it. I'm like, what really is the status of this nation, And when I think back to what's happened in this week, it makes me realize that there is a lot that happens in this country, and a lot of these things aren't necessarily just like these once off that we sometimes want to make them out to be, but that sometimes when these things happen, they're just reflective of what's really going on in societies and the issues that we have, So, this past week, I stayed off social media. Part of it was deliberate, but the other part was because I was really, really busy. There's a lot that's been going on at work, but you guys will be seeing that coming up at some point. And so work had been keeping me busy, but then I also just decided that, what, I just want a break. I sometimes go through those moments where I'm just like, what, today I think I need a break. I think I need to not, be so plugged in, and it's good. I think it's good for all of us to sometimes take those moments and just to like yank the plug out and be like, what, I just want the quiet. I don't want to be caught up in everything that happens, and I think it's good to every now and then just take a moment for yourself. But I realized, looking back at everything that happened, the past week, that I probably took the right week to say I want a bit of a break. Just because of everything that's happened, and I'm sure you guys are aware of the incidents that I'm talking about, and I'm going to be making reference to them and just really just the thoughts that I've been having about it when I really thought about the status of our nation, I don't know, these incidents for me, I think they've just reinforced how difficult it is to be a woman in this country. They've reinforced how difficult it is to be a black woman also in this country, It's just hard to even try and explain it. But every time things like this happen, they kind of let me know that, all right, it's difficult, and there's so much that we have to deal with. And for the people who are watching this video, who are going to want to take this time to talk to me about how it's difficult for all women and not just black women or whatever else, not all people want to come up with, I just want to say nothing irks me more than when people do that, because all you're doing is really you're derailing, because we're talking about a specific thing, we're talking about a specific situation, and instead of engaging, instead of learning, instead of saying, okay, you want to do better, all you want to do is derail and talk about not all, but not just them, but what about us? And I'm like, I don't have time for that. I was telling a coworker of mine, I'm like, it's the same thing as in the States when Black Lives Matter started, and people were very quick to talk about all lives matter and blue lives matter. And I'm like, no one said that they don't, but we're talking about this specific thing. And all that it does is that it shows me that instead of wanting to learn and engage, you'd much rather derail. You'd much rather talk about all of these other things when no one was denying them in the first place. So this is going to be the part of the video that if you are one of those people who is going to take everything and want to derail, it's best that you just don't watch. The very first thing that happened this week that kind of struck a chord in me was a story that I heard. I didn't go and look back at any of these stories. It's just really all the things that I had heard from people in the office talking about them, and realizing that, oh wow, I really have been out of touch, even though it was literally for a couple of days, but a lot happened. The first thing was that viral video of that young girl. So by now everybody knows what it is that I'm talking about. And I think when I heard about the story, the thing that stood out to me was our children are not safe, and we talk about this all the time, and I've talked about this all the time. I've written a number of, posts about it on my blog. When I heard about the story, the thing that stood out to me was not only was there a video, but that it went viral. And that was kind of confusing to me, because when I think about the nature of something going viral, when something goes viral, it means you put out information out there. It can be a picture, it can be a video, it can be a post, it can be whatever it is, a tweet, a status update on Facebook, it can be whatever. For it to go viral, it means that it gets seen by not only a lot of people, but it gets shared by a lot of people who shared with other people, and so on and so on. So something becomes viral because of how many people have viewed it, how many people have shared it, and that it is literally everywhere. I hear the story of an underage girl on video, and that the video is viral. I didn't understand. And the reason why I didn't understand is, why did this video become viral? Why is it that so many people had no problem not only watching this video, but sharing it? When I went back on Facebook, I saw a lot of people were talking about, if you have the video, don't share it, don't watch it, please delete. But at the same time, I saw people talking about, whoever's got the video, send it here. People had status updates talking about, comment, whatever, if you want to see the video. And people were engaging and people were participating, and it caught me off guard, because more often than not, people always talk about how we need to protect our children. People talk about, protect our children, their innocence and all of these other different things, and yet there will be the same people to engage in this. Child pornography is illegal, So it made no sense to me that people were so eager and they were so like, yes, absolutely, send us this video. It just made no sense. I don't understand what type of entertainment, what type of pleasure, I don't understand what type of anything people got from wanting to see that video. So when I heard that there was a video and it went viral, to me, it spoke of a bigger problem that we have in the society. Look, everyone can talk about how, this girl did this and whatever. Her parents this or whatever. And I almost feel like in that instance, that is something that her parents are going to have to talk to her about. Her parents will talk to her, they'll teach her, she'll learn from this and she'll grow and she'll be a better person. But what have we done, and what type of input have we contributed to all of this as society? You know what I mean? Like, why were people so eager and wanting to engage in this? Because we also, as society, have a part to play. Do you know what I mean? It's not enough to just be like, yeah, well, whatever, her parents, but you were more than happy to watch it. You were more than happy to engage in it. So it lets me know that, no one really, for the most part, people don't really seem to care about the well-being and the safety and protecting the innocence of our children. Because as soon as people heard that there was a video, they shouldn't have gone out to look for it, to watch it. Do you understand what I mean? It shouldn't have been a thing of, well, where is it? I want to go see it. That should have never been the motivation. When people heard that there was a video, it shouldn't have even registered in the minds to say, let's go watch it. And that's what I'm saying, is that for me, when I realized and I heard that story, it spoke to a bigger problem that we have in society. We hear about all of these different things. We hear about human trafficking. We hear about sex trafficking of, young underage children. And you realize that we have a problem here. I mean, I thought about it and I'm like, the status of our nation, like, we have a problem. And again, this isn't the time for people to tell me about, in other countries it's worse or whatever. No, this is a time for us to introspect and to really think about what type of society are we, and why are we tickled and why are we wanting to engage with this type of subject matter. I saw lots of people pleading and begging and saying, don't watch, delete, don't share. Why does that even have to be a thing that we say? I don't know, like, that story, it broke my heart for that reason, and people want to, be self-righteous and talk about, she's a bad kid and her parents or whatever. And I mean, look, people will always do that. There'll always be room for that. But all of this, and again, this is what I'm talking about. This isn't the first time. This isn't the first time where something like this happens, where it involves underage children, that people are eager to go see it or to participate or engage in it. I don't know, the whole thing just made me sad.